Drew Brees 2010 Fantasy Outlook video. The past year has been amazing for Drew Brees. There's nothing that the guy hasn't done. He had the New Orleans Saints undefeated going into week 13. They ended up losing their last 3 games, but then he went on to roll in the playoffs and win a Super Bowl for the New Orleans Saints. He was the MVP of that Super Bowl. In fantasy last year, he was the number 2 scorer overall in the basic scoring system with 292 points. He led the league in passing touchdowns with 34. He had an insane completion percentage and an insane QB rating. The completion percentage was 70.6%. His QB rating was 109.6, which is off the charts. Both of those are New Orleans Saint records, and they've got to be upper in the stats for the NFL all time. He was second in the league with passing yards per game with 292, and he was 6th in the league with actually 4,388 passing yards. So he had a down year. It's kind of crazy that 6th in the league is 4,388. This is not a dead ball NFL league anymore. And he's coming off 2 seasons ago. He came up 15 yards short of Dan Marino on his quest for the most passing yards in a single season. Brees 2 years ago had 5,069. The all-time record by Dan Marino is 5,084. So the guy's really prolific. He's the only QB to finish top 5 the last 4 years in a row, which just shows what a model of efficiency Drew Brees is. It's just been a remarkable year for him. He got rid of the mole on his face. Scar's not looking too good, but that'll heal over. So the Nevi is gone from Drew Brees' cheek. But what can we say about the guy? He's got amazing talent. He's a real great leader. He's kind of got a noodle arm, but he seems to always know where to throw it, exactly where only his guys can catch it. He kind of always does that dip pass that kind of is a little bit short, and the receiver comes back to it and gets it. They have unbelievable weapons. Marquise Colston, who's been a Pro Bowler before. Robert Meacham stepped up big time last year to warrant the first-round pick they spent on him a few years ago. He was coming off knee injuries his first few years in the season, but he was awesome last year. Great deep threat now for him. Lance Moore, Devery Henderson, that's a great stable of 4 wide receivers, real deep, maybe the deepest in the league. He's got Jeremy Shockey, who's lost a step, but they drafted with the 95th pick, 3rd round, this guy Jimmy Graham. Sounds like an evangelist name or something, but he's a tight end, played forward at University of Miami as well on their basketball team, 6'5" speed, kind of a project, but he's a good kid, got good hands, great athlete, definitely was one of the top tight ends in this year's draft. So another weapon for Drew Brees at his disposal. Obviously got Reggie Bush coming out of the backfield. He's an ultra stud talent. Pierre is pretty good himself. So, guy's got unbelievable talents, got a great offensive line. There's no reason not to think that this guy is going to throw anything less than 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. And to know that going into the season makes this guy one hell of a pick. So, I got nothing bad to say about Drew Brees. He's a model of consistency. Great guy to have on your team. Fun team to watch. And you're pretty much guaranteed he's going to be a top 3 total scorer in any point system. So you really got to go for him.